with us here, first and foremost, trong share và bây giờ si Dr. Yang Dao who show support to bây giờ thì nó trong share tới cho Dr. Yang Dao gì mô cô ya si sai no cô ya bắt hàng sai no cô tổng chỉ lúc khi học môn thì tôi sẽ phải chạy được thì không học làm tiền. Next is our Senator Sandy Pappas. Would like to also thank you, Senator Jerry Newton. Representative Tim Mahoney, Representative Leon Liddy, we also have here Senator from very own doctor and mom Dr. Kathy Cohen-Pera. And she's fluent in Hmong, so I don't have to translate anything. Also with us is Representative Go Lee Hunt. We also have Senator Chris Eaton. Senator Carla Bingham. We also have Judge Sophie Vu Lo. We also have Judge Adam Yang. And also with us, we also have Councilwoman Susan Park. We'll continue that. Right now, this is what I have so far. And if I haven't recognized you, it's not that I forget you. Dito na lang ko sa Hoja Senator Foung Hawj dapat jadi doktor. Ya itu lucu. Kita Senator Foung Hawj yang sih jadi bay Hải Mông. Những cái tàu chí cho ba nó gì mong đi tận cho cái món cái cho cái tour. Cho nên nó cũng chờ Dr. Kathy Cohen-Pera. I'd like to invite Senator Hawj's very own doctor and Senator Hawj's mom, Senator Hawj's mom's doctor, Dr. Kathy Cohen-Pera, to speak a few words. She's not only helping the Mr. Hawj's, Senator Hawj's family, but many Hmong families throughout the Twin Cities. Dr. Kathy, we only know by calling her Dr. Kathy.
Dr. Kathy Cohen-Pera, who don't follow, who do not follow, 有基層嚟。 Here to follow living near Hello, welcome everybody. I'm Kathy Foung-Hawj. You've heard of family practice doctor. I've known Senator Foung Hawj for about 25 years. Kansas City, New York, a journalist and to host a big he was a journalist coming up from Kansas City and working with us here in the cities. He was host of the first long television show, Big Feng Xia. Other than he's a green long man, and he was a Big Feng Xia. But I don't speak green long, but that's what I teach you about here. So, who found today, maybe who but it was a privilege to not to really know your mother until the last year. And that was sad for me because I didn't get to see her as a young woman. Who born with our mom, who shared Chitao, Hailu Chitao, who gave Chitao. What about the Yeshia, it gave Chitao, no town, New York, eat the Longao, Tao Yum Bate, Tao Yu Tutsi, Tao Yu New York, Tao Moon New York in the law. Kuchita Pangnu, Tao Yum Bate, here, Tai Day, here, Verigate, Kuchita Pangnu, Tao New York, Kansas City, Tao New York to Turf, Kansas City, there. So I didn't know her throughout her life. I didn't know her as a young woman, beautiful young woman. When she married her husband, had her children. When she was a refugee, left Laos, went to Thailand, and came to the United States in Kansas City, and made a name for herself and her community in Kansas City. Dashi, Tau Shai Nu Pau Nu Ya Ponde Jongao Hang. Pau Nu Ya Nia Blue Nu Made Hang. Pau Nu Ya Ponde Blue Nu Say. Pau Nu there, we can make Jean Nu Jong, they Blue Nu Jong. Here can Tau de Blue Ne Ja, Pau had to Nu Ya to Ponde Pizza. So I didn't know her except through their love for her. The family's care for her allowed me to see what a beautiful woman she is and was as a mother, as a wife, as a woman. Coupone, John and Mia Jean Chapler, who's up there in New York, it's an extraordinary family. Lou, John, They teach I come on time, they teach I come on board basic procedure. They flew no head, so going there, they are finished, law head, they got come off, they got come on. You're an extraordinary family. You were not afraid of the surgeons, of the procedures, of the things we did to her, which must have hurt her while trying to help her. And it was because of your love for her that you cared for her greatly and took exemplary care of her. They got no no so she didn't know the way of suffering. She didn't know the way of loneliness. She didn't live her life alone because the family was there for her at all times, day and night. Usatya Pesher or Leader Chitao Benia. Dashi Usatya Keshan Mong to Kecha John Chapler with the other fluency. Moi, Jean Tapia, so Linda Tapunia Time Mom, Lunan Chitan Day, Usatya, oh, Mong Flu, Lunacy, who you to Punia Tapia, who taught John Lunache of Lunatia. So it's a strength of the Hmong culture to love the elderly people, to love the people who are sick, to take care of them at all costs, at all means. So when my own mother was dying, I knew that I had a good vision in the Hmong culture to say I must take my mother home and take care of her at my own home. And for that I'm grateful to the Hmong community. So, who had Mong mùa đi lò lùa, mong ra lùa, flu, mong lên mình chả flu nhỏ gì, flu gì à? That's really good. Okay, flu mùa ai à? Flu mùa đi your emotion. So there's two ways of thinking about love. And in Hmong culture, I hear very clearly, love is an emotion in which you express your feelings for somebody, right? Pupupa, I love you, is an emotion. But in Hmong culture, it goes far beyond the emotion, and it means take care of you, who take care of you, who your actions, your emotion, your YouTube, so they are generally including the emotion, they are action. So in Hmong, the word love also implies, it requires action. If I love you, I will take care of you. If I do not take care of you, I do not love you. The only way to show love is by taking care, is by action, and it's not just a feeling. And I think this is what the family has shown vastly through their taking care of their mother at the end of her life in this incredible way, to love her at the hospital and to take her home. Not every family is able to do that. So it's on your share, you will like, you got share with her. That's in the only top blue, no jump top or top here. You do name, which is under your share. So with that, I just say, I know that people, we are all sad, the family was really sad, but they loved their mother well, and she loved them too.
So aku hal mong chi trong ngày hôm nay tôi sẽ hal mong hal mình cả ship tổ số mấy chiếc xe sáng chán. So bây giờ câu chuyện vang của tôi bây giờ vừa công hơn người văn tờ là quan trai của trẻ tôi mình ha của những sáng tại lúc chạy lúc một tuần mà như vậy lúc chạy của nhau xa hành này ấy chỉ mới lúc của nhau hà tao của nhau lên có xa của sáng tại Dr. Kathy thứ hà ta mà hát để nó nói thế là chỉ muốn ta càng hàng gì hát để xem mà của sáng họ áp được là của giờ ít tuần xài xứ của giờ ít tuần họ phụ của họ có tuần nhang and của sáng tại dù lỗi tuần nhang chỉ bảo là dù nên nhỏ trong cái để xem mà của lúc số của trẻ tôi này nó hơn nó có những lúc của hẹn có những lúc của có những chiếc sáng tại vì ít tuần của sẽ ở chỉ mua nông cái nhiều chỉ mua cái lúc chuyện gì là những chị là nhiều của chị tàu có những lúc nhiều có những chị hàng nhiều của những nhiều ta có là quan cái mà nghe tôi này cái luôn si nhiều buồn thì thôi mà những lúc của cháu nhiều những tối nhiều tệ nên của sáng là người ta thật sự chỉ là ít từ nhang của những người có sự của những sáng tại vì của tôi có mà có những sáng nay có tới tôi có rằng những cái tôi này cứ cho lúc như trẻ tôi này hẹn ha như vậy tôi có cho nên mong hạn như vậy nó có strength in character tại vì nó tại tôi có cứ có tới tôi có nhớ cứ có tới nọ tao chữ như thế cho mình nhớ cứ có tới hao cần tới xa có tới hao được nhiều cái tôi bảo rằng hiện tại cái có mong so during our time of loss there are no words that could ever help our heart feel better or feel full again. That there is nothing like a mother's love, and the loss of that is enormous. But what I remember as a Hmong woman marrying into her family, that I was never treated as if I was just a woman, that they welcomed me into their family, and they cared for me, and they believed that I could be whatever it is that I wanted to be as well. And I always remember, she's somebody who always had a smile on her face, that it didn't matter when she saw me, she would hold my hand, she would rub my arm, she would smile, and she would always have encouraging words. And I think that that's what is beautiful about Hmong women, is the humility, how humble they are. That what people don't realize is the enormous strength of a Hmong woman, the ability to have moved mountains and cross rivers, to come to this country, to be able to start a new life without language skills or any kind of training, to be able to have raised a family that achieved the success that they did. I don't know how many people have ever heard of what it means to be a Hmong woman to a Hmong leader, but it takes great strength to do so, because she literally holds the family together. She does everything for the family while her husband is out leading the community. And that what people don't realize is that it takes great strength, great humility, and great love in order to be a Hmong wife to a Hmong leader. All I can say is that the loss of her will be felt enormously by everyone. That even though in these last few years she had been ill, that, I remembered asking, so I call Senator her Foung, which is like older brother, because he and my husband are considered brothers in our they're first cousins, but we kind of consider them brothers. And I remembered asking him, if she, in these last, few months, if she could still hear, and he said, oh yeah, she can hear you, she can respond, she still squeezes your hand. And I just thought that even in her weakest time, that she would find ways to signal that she was still here, that she was still hearing everyone, and that she was still present until the very last moment. And so she has always been a great example of what it means for me to strive for as a woman, as a Hmong woman. And I hope that we not look at this day as a day of sorrow and to feel sad, but really a celebration of her strength, her life, and her love. And that endures and it lives on forever inside of us because we continue. And so for us to never lose that within ourselves and to know that we are our family's dreams, we are our ancestors' dreams, and we are here because of the strength of people like her. And so though I have no words to help the family to during this time of need, I am hopeful that when I look at all of you and I look at Hmong that is still here, I know she lives on within all of us. And so my condolences to the family.
I'd like to invite Representative Leon Lilly.
Good evening, everyone. These are tough times, I know, for the family, but it's a great honor to come and be here for my friend. Senator Herb is an amazing person, and I've really gotten to know him through the last few years, and by knowing him, I know your mother and your wife. Your mother-in-law, she must have been quite special. I met her a few times at some public events, but I have to be honest, we didn't fully communicate. It was often just hi and that sort of thing. But if you spend any time with Senator Herb, I think you get a glimpse of who she might be, and he's just a kind, generous person. I would think that he's learned these gifts from her in his life. I lost my mom pretty young. She was 48. And so it's neat to see that they've had this relationship and the full family's embraced and taken care of this really beautiful woman. I love the pictures that you're showing and that we're all seeing up there, and just the kind words, but it's just the journey that the family's taken to get here. As we're all parking, I'm sure we're wondering why they ended up in Minnesota. But we're glad you're here, and we're all the better for it. And I really appreciate that you've been a friend, particular Senator, and I've seen your father at many things as well, and your mother, but just how supportive you've been for me, and we've partnered on a few things, and we've had a lot of fun, and you can see that in the pictures reflected in that a lot of positive energy and just wonderful people. But it's with great honor, and they include me, but I feel really blessed by your friendship, all of you, and I'm certain that came from your parents, and in particular your mother, and I'm sorry for your loss.
we're getting close to the time, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm hungry. I can't stand myself for being hungry so soon. So I'm gonna rush, okay. Next, I'd like to invite Senator Jerry Newton.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak and express my regret at your loss. My seatmate in the Minnesota Senate is my good friend Foung Hawj. His story is that of a refugee who has continued to overcome so many obstacles to become a leader of his community and of this state. It's a success story that can be largely attributed to his strong mother, who nourished him and guided him through the dark days of war and refugee camps, while his father and other family members were fighting the secret war. It was that secret war in Laos that may well be the reason that I can stand here tonight. For without the intervention and sacrifices of the Hmong fighters, it's very possible I would not have returned from Vietnam in 1969. The bravery of the Hmong fighters and the important role they played in limiting the American battle loss in this is little understood and cannot be overstated. However, while they were fighting, it was their mothers and wives who stayed behind and kept the families intact. It was the wives and mothers who held the families together, fed and cared for the children, and supported their husbands and sons through the horrors of war, the refugee camps, and the unknown journey to the New World. Here tonight we honor the life of one of those courageous mothers, Chua Hawj. Thank you.
Yeah,
So next, I'd like to invite Senator Sandy Marcus.
Hello everyone, I'm very honored to have been invited here by my colleague, Foung Hawj, my mentee, and my good friend. I think everyone has said about everything I plan to say, so I keep trying to think of something different, and I want to talk a little bit about what an amazing woman Chua Hawj must have been. When you think of her as a child, married at 16, having 5 children, the type of life she must have had, the journey she had, the hardships she had to go through, and through it all, with the love of her family, she survived. I also understand what it must have been like for the family with her kind of untimely illness over the last decade. My mother, as well, has suffered from Alzheimer's for the last 15 years, and I know how important it is that you share your love with your mother, your ill person, and she shares her love with you, and that continues even as they continue to decline, which is very sad for everyone. I think that, you know, to have her pass away at such a young age, this is really a young age now, she's 69, right? Well, I'm 69, and although I didn't have the kind of hardships that she had, she is certainly a role model for all of her children, and you can see in their accomplishments that they had very strong parents that were models for them. So it's amazing to be here to see all of you and to hear about the life of Chua Hawj and to honor her.
Thank you very much. Next, I'd like to invite Senator Chris Eaton.
Well, good evening. I'm very honored to be here. I have really treasured my friendship, and with my colleague, Foung Hawj, he's worked with me on a lot of issues, and getting to know him, as many have said, is a clear reflection of what his parenting must have been. I can tell the caring and the kindness that he shows, that must have been what his mother was like. I'm very grateful for his support and his work with me in the Senate, and I'm so sorry for everyone's loss today. I lost my mother about 10 years ago, so I have felt this loss, and I know that after a while the good memories are what predominantly come to mind. So I wish you that. Thank you.
Thank you. Bây giờ cứ đi cho nó cho vợ xóa lên cho tù ta lúc xưa nó thì bây mua đồ cho nó cho chịu ở trong sai đâu nó chịu hay vấn đề khi mình phải bên nó món ra là chỉ bây giờ bây giờ cho nó cho vợ bây giờ thì nó trả mong là hài đủ nè bây giờ chỉ còn đây là nên một số để thế này là về nhau nha nè là xin tạm. Our next senator is a very good friend of Senator Foung and myself. I'd like to invite Senator John Hoffman.
You have your mother's eyes. You absolutely do. You are my best friend in the state Senate. And I have spent many times visiting your mother. You were gone one time, and your father, I just popped in. And knowing the care that she had for you and how proud she was of what you accomplished as the only Hmong senator in the United States. And I used to joke about to make sure your brother had his townhouse clean when they would come up from Kansas City so that they could stay there years ago. But my wife told me not to tell any jokes, so I'm not going to. Even though we would have been here earlier if the mayor would have had the streets plowed and they could organize. I do love you, Malcolm. Thank you for seeing me today twice. But Fawn, this is a testament of what your parents have brought to our great state, to our great city, and to our wonderful experiment of democracy. And I'm so proud of the fact that your mom and your dad decided to come over here to Minnesota because I wouldn't get to serve with you. And so with that, know that your mother was proud of you, is proud of you, and your mother's love is carried on in the work that you do every day, and with your brothers and your wife and your father as well. So thank you for letting me be here and be part of your family, and my sincere apologies for your loss with my wife and to you. So thank you.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to invite Representative Holden Hassan to say a few words.
Hello, everyone.
there are not enough words to say to the family or someone who has lost a loved one, and a mother's love is different. So I want to say to the family that I'm really sorry for your loss. They say if you want to know how someone has lived their life, look around when they're dead. And this is a room full of love. And that's the legacy your mother lives on, Senator. I want to thank you for your friendship. I want to thank you for your mentorship. And I'm standing with you in this difficult time. Thank you.
I know it's very sad today, Senator, but no news since 2010 until now. I know how great you are. You've been an example leader to our state, to our community, and everyone. And that says everything about her. It says how great she was. The person that you raised says everything about who you are. Your child speaks itself. And meeting your mother at the hospital and seeing her, I know that all the pain that you guys are going through, we are with you and we stand with you. So we are sincerely sorry about the loss of her. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite Judge Sophia Wu Long.
Many of us are familiar with Ecclesiastes 3. I wish to read from it this time. It's one of my more favorable verses from the Bible. A time for everything. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to hear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. Senator Foung Hawj, as I look at those lovely pictures of you and your mother, you have been so very fortunate to have the most excellent life and time with your mother. She has witnessed you from birth to a young boy, to a college student, from your days of Shia, which I remember very well also, to your rise and your journey as a state senator here in Minnesota. You have been fortunate that your mother has been with you all along on that path, on that journey. Your time with her has been well spent. I have not been as fortunate. I lost my father during the Vietnam War. I lost my mother 11 years ago. And so time to me is truly precious. It is not just something in the imaginative mind that we all have a short time here on earth. It is very real to me. So moments like this take me back to my own memories of my mother. And there is absolutely no one on earth that can replace her. Your mother has been your rock without a doubt. For I have known you for a long time. I have known you since I was a little girl in high school. We've been friends for a very long time. And in that time, I've gotten to know you and watch you both close up and from a distance. You've always remained steadfast, the same Foung Hawj, an incredibly genuine, authentic, and caring Foung Hawj, now Senator Foung Hawj, a leader of our community here in our state. And I am fairly certain that you took the best from your mother and lived up to what she has intended for you, which is to live a life of gratitude, but also doing things to serve others in our community. And so, your time with your mother, I know, has been precious.
So next I'd like to take a little time to recognize more officials and more individuals. I'd like to recognize Representative Jay John, who's here tonight. Representative Samantha Bain. Senator Greg Paulson. The school board, St. Paul Public School Board member Mani Zhang. Also St. Paul Public School Board member Janelle Foster. Commissioner John Hamilton. This is the list that was provided to me. So if I miss any of you, please forgive me. Next, I'd like to invite former commander. I think in French they say commandant. Commander Chai He. After coming from Laos to America, he became a reverend. So I'd like to invite former Commander Chai He. And she was husband.
Senator Foung Hawj which got a way out of the general state of Uganda, or job in Michigan. So she got to have and the communication, watch the higher for the Hajj, who were one in Yama, the Mokita, the Shine, you know, in your Luce, higher Luce, no James Luce. Telling the area that you look at your little children, what over is your little one. Middle name and that's shadow for Lu. See, you will name out or cheat a vision. And then Mano, who are do not get the name, then you should come to show what shall draw 8 basically, and never lose your life. And then go who are not in that, no how been a Gina located. I don't that. Bên nào cái gì đó mà bên tôi còn ok tôi cảm thấy chủ mong nó tôi bên nào lúc này thì lúc gì đó tôi cái lúc này con ba này có chơi ok thì nó tôi bên nào hôm nay cũng đã đến một ấy tôi chụp đi tôi dùng ha tôi phải cao là để cái hàng lúc này để cho nó có cho nó ít trong thời cho không như là phụ cho cái tin này ra cũng sẽ có sự trợ có mà hóa tháo ra chút món nó để cho con trong đó là tháo cho con nó cái này chế luôn cho đâu nó bán nó vào mà nó được biết tháo ra chút món nó để cho ra để họ tập hùng có phổ văn chữ rồi mà nó để tháo văn chữ phổ văn chữ chữ đủ tháo cho họ tập nói là ô cho nó để chữ cho thầy cho rồi có sĩ chia tôi con tôi bên này lúc nó chụp chụp này chụp cái nó này nó cái nó tháo nó tháo cho nó chữ nó thầy nó chữ nó cho chữ bên trên tao muốn sẽ nó cũng được bên mà nó bây giờ tôi xin chi tôi mà nó tháo cho cũng tao mua cho nó cũng ra muốn sẽ nó tháo mấy chỗ đó mà bạn được bên này tôi mà cho nó một cái ở trong nó.
So I was church for allowing us to use the church tonight. Also, Mr. He asked that everybody join our dinner together before you go home. And we still have more programs. So they just begin home to the cho program then they cho nó thì để cho chị mà hành lưu để chị im thế cho nó cho buồn để cho cái tình trạng hóng cho nó hành lưu thì là họ cho nó cho chị lời nó món ta là chị là rồi bé nên là bé nhau bé cho nhau ra để cùng bé cho bé làm chị ở trong đó and vì thế nên là muốn họ chờ xíu chơi trà thôi. Tại vì siêu sức tôi trả là thảo và chữ rồi bây giờ là mòn.
Pastor such as her come and give us grace before we have dinner. So I want to thank a special friend of mine, Joan Club, who has visited my mom and give her a prayer. So thank you very much for the prayers. I want to acknowledge all my colleagues in the House and the Senate and my friends may not have the time to come up here and talk, but it means a lot to me that all of you people are here tonight. So after the prayer, then my father and I will lead you to the dining room for dinner.
Before that, I'd like to recognize Senator Melissa Woodland, who's take the time out of her busy schedule to join us this evening.
Okay. Để còn dòng thế bây giờ cái tí chưa đầy bây giờ tôi còn cho chạy thế sẽ được bỏ hơn đây các thứ sẽ được mà là này là chạy cái chưa đầy tôi cho là cái tí chưa đầy này số tu tí gì tôi sẽ làm để bây giờ được công việc cái khám ăn chưa ya để công việc cái này nếu bắt chưa bây giờ là có lúc xuân thiên mà nó cái cái chủ động cơ và bắt chút để chạy mua cái tròn tu mua cái qua cái tour rồi bây thì sẽ bắt chạy theo sẽ là khoảng thời gian cho cứ chạy này và bắt chữ và chuyển vào bên để các trường phụ đây cứ tên tra để không tây chứ sẽ được tổ chức trong một cái tổ kết sâu rồi để ban chữ bên ở chỗ rồi các tổ chữ họ có phòng có mong rồi thì sẽ bắt chạy theo trên này mà bắt chữ sau là lúc nào lúc sau và lúc chạy cứ là nhà tôi nhà lúc địa tây nọ thì chỉ là bắt chữ cái con rắn đại đó ba rồi lúc mong tu để sau là lúc xưa ông chữ bắt chữ và là sang lúc pháp đi để bắt chạy tới một rõ tổ chữ để ở chỗ rồi có đối với các chú trên những trường hợp thế đó tên món nó mua thế thì cho đi rồi giải nó ok chỉ có phòng không có tên món nó bên nó chỉ lúc ra rồi đến đây thì tới các chú nó có bây giờ chúng ta cũng có bây giờ nó có có gì là chú bây giờ cho rồi con được cái chữ Giêsu cái tuổi Giêsu con mẹ thọ amen.
Hôm nay cái tin này cha sẽ được có chống cơ nào chống cơ liều cũng có chế hôm nay chỉ biết tích tao kế rồi nè cũng có đây để hôm về tới nào liền cũng có sẽ bắt chơi nên có chống cơ có sự hua sẽ được phòng nè của tao cho biết được chơi đây đó luôn đây sự here đây cái cha đó luôn yeah thank you cái tin này cha sẽ được qua chống cơn rồi để sẽ được thấy nữa. Dạ, đi chơi rồi. Chị tiền như chị tiền đó, chị đó, vâng.
Chị tiền đó là chị tiền đây. Sao rồi? Chị tiền đây, sao rồi? Hey, brother! Brother, you mine! Brother, you mine! Good. What's your name? You mine? I call him the mine. Brother, you mine. So fast again, brother. Brother, you mine? I'll take the last. The last is the battery. Oh, okay.
Không được nha. Nó sẽ tốt tiền chúa đấy.
Oh, that's why you're so skinny. You know what you're doing. Cho trẻ em. Số để自己来呢，也 self help 呢，OK？ self help self serve。Thank you yourself。Hi, come on. How you doing, man? How you doing, man? Thank you. I'm calling you Kaiser because, you know.
How are you?
I like that. I like that. Okay, yeah. Okay, yes.
Susan.
Hey, your picture. How are you?
All right. Fine. Hopefully you find. Hopefully you guys find.
Take it.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. Go ahead, man.
Okay. Cho cái tin này sẽ đợi cùng ba tôi trong cơ gì và chỉ sản khơi cùng ba tôi cho rồi cho món đầu cơ đồ cái tin này sẽ đợi tôi nó tao hồ thế cái chữ nhon đấy lòng để trả cho họ sẽ chạy lá thế này gì để cùng ba tôi rồi món đầu cơ nữa.
How many months? Oh, you're how are you?
Chưa rồi chưa? nó sẽ tôi cùng theo dạ nó rồi dạ nó sẽ tôi cùng này
I'll be nice to yeah. You can go and this one, you can come in Project
But this is the one I bragged about. I would brag about it.
Is that right? If you forgot it.
I'm going to go back and look. Because
This is my husband,
Nhiều chịu báo ở đây nhiều chỗ mong nhớ họ tìm lúc áo phối chỉ chơi nó bỏ luôn có thể hay trong lòng thì
well, we gotta find the Hmong ladies to thank. That's right. Everything, well, you did wonderful. This is beautiful. Did you really? Oh, there's no way I'm gonna forget that. That I just love. Oh. And I know you don't have to take a lot. Hello. Thank you.
Yeah, I should have cracked it a little bit.
là chúng ta được thấy có thì
Sí, todo ça. Yo sé todo. Ya lo sé todo con nada. Oh, no, ok. Ini cara ada butuh jongke. Nó mỏ là in cha,แต่chúng tôi in cha nhưng chúng tôi nó mỏ kia nè, sau đó chúng ta tạo cái light đã nó mỏ. Nó sẽ tốt nha. Dạ. nó mỏ trong vào nó nè, sao nó mỏ người ta